I wasn't prepared for this, y'all, but your girl ain't quitting.
I got Grey Goose in my system and I'm trying to give a fuck. Cause I'm a lawyer tonight and hate you when I wake up. Girl, do you feel how I'm feeling, baby? Give me some love.
All right, so let's talk about it. I have now been on this journey for 6 months. I'm down 35 pounds, which I'm completely happy with. But I thought I was having such a great momentum in this month. And then suddenly, I stepped on the scale this morning and the scale went up. And it has been going up this week. So I was just trying to figure out what it is. Obviously, it's not fat gain because I have not been eating in excess of any calories. But I was trying to like go back. And this is why I'll say, and thanks to all the girlies, especially Traces of Twan, who talks about making sure you're tracking your food, because this gives you a record to go back and double check, excuse me, to see if there's anything that you've changed in your routine that could be possibly having you holding on to water. I realized my BMs have not been as consistent as they were. But there was something that I introduced recently, and that was the Lewis Bakery keto buns. And so I've made 2 sandwiches throughout the week, and that is not something that I have been eating throughout this time. And all of a sudden, I'm noticing that the scale has gone up. And so I was 224.6 to start the week, and then stepped on the scale this morning and it said 228.2. And so for anybody, I know that just sounds crazy. It threw me for a complete loop, because I was like, girl, like what in the heck is happening? I'm not trying to go backwards, but you have to understand, like, it's not fat gain. So going back and really just identifying what that is. So what I'm not going to do is continue eating the buns, because it may be the fact that the additional fiber, there's starches in the buns. I do low carb. And so, and maybe it's just that it's something that my body is just not used to digestion, and it's not digesting properly. But for whatever the reason is, the scale has gone up. Now, thankfully, I have an amazing husband. He looked at me and he was like, you still look great, so don't worry about it. But I know, again, the scale is not always going to be our friend, so tracking is important. But dang, like, I don't want to see the scale move up, to 228. I was like, girl, we were heading out of the 20s. That was the plan, but that is still our plan, and we'll continue to move forward. The other thing that I didn't realize would be so hard, especially being, I work full time, I'm in corporate. And so I don't have like set times where I'm eating lunch. And I find myself not eating real food, which I think I need to really get a handle on. And I need to maybe meal prep, instead of just grabbing things on the go. Because again, if you're not preparing the food yourself, there could be high sodium, and that could have you retaining water. You may look bloated, and I will tell you that I did look bloated this week. And so I think the combination of all of that, and not just really having prepared meals available for myself, is contributed to seeing this fluctuation. So my goal is, today is shot day for me. I am taking my team out on a work lunch today, and so it's a normal place that I'm used to going to, and so I'll just be mindful of the things that I eat. I typically get some type of steak and vegetables, but there's always a ton of appetizers, and I nibble here and there because socially I want to still be able to have fun with people, but I also want to enjoy myself. And so I'll have a little bit, nothing crazy, but the goal is, so I won't go there hangry. I'll have some protein shakes before I go, and I stick to either the Fairlife, the 42 gram chocolate, because That tastes like some good old chocolate milk to me. I also like the strawberry 42 gram. Occasionally, I will have the strawberry banana. It only has 26 grams. And then every morning, I told you guys, which I'm about to drink now, I start with my 23-gram Oikos. I believe this has it has 5 grams of fiber in it, and it's 130 calories. So I have this every single morning. I've been drinking my supplements because those are my go-to. So in here I have 3 grams of creatine. I have vitamin C, liquid collagen, vitamin D3K2, and then making sure that I get enough water in today. And I also have my electrolytes. I use the salt electrolytes. I get them off Amazon, and so I find that they're not extremely high in sodium. There's just enough balance in there, and there's a sweetness that kind of takes away that salty taste. But yeah, so I will say, guys, like what I've learned is to be patient on this journey. I know that a lot of us, if we have been overweight for some time, we didn't get there, in a day, in a night, in 3 months, 6 months. And so give yourself an opportunity to adjust, especially if you're on a GLP-1, understanding what foods work for you, what foods don't. That's why the tracking system is going to be so important. And so I thank the girlies on here for sharing that tip, because one, you need to know if you're getting your protein in, you need to know if you're getting your fiber in. But again, you need to be able to make adjustments based on any fluctuations that you're seeing. And for me, I know a lot of people, they go and they eat out. I'm finding that just does not work for me. And so it's important to listen to your body and understand what your body needs to feel fueled, and so that you can continue to burn fat and get to the goals that you're looking for. The other thing that I need to start getting done is daily movement. I'm here and there, not there all the time. But my days are busy, and as much as I would like to hold on to my days are busy, and that's the reason I'm not doing it, it's just an excuse some days. And so I made sure I got all my schoolwork done before the weekend, so that I can get some good workouts in. And what I like to do is after shot days, I just like to get a walk in. I did purchase another weighted vest. It's I think a 16-pound vest. I also have a 35-pound weighted vest, but I'll use the 16 when I'm doing my walking pad. I have a kettlebell, and I have different variations of weights in the house. And so, but after shot day, I like to keep it very light because my appetite is low. So I don't like to do anything that requires me to exert a ton of energy. So nothing high cardio or anything like that. Just very low impact where I can get some movement, 30 minutes. Rosalind Lachey talks about, 30 minutes a day. And I think all of us have 30 minutes in a day, despite what may be going on in your life. And so if you are a person, I like that the tip she gave was like, a lot of us watch YouTube. Just turn on YouTube, watch the creator of choice, and get on a walking pad. Or if you want to get outside and you don't have a walking pad, just walk your neighborhood for 30 minutes. But at least try to get 30 minutes in a day. So that is something that I'm trying to commit to now, so that I can continue to get the results that I'm looking for. Because at the end of the day, I don't think it's not about a number on the scale. It's just about overall health. But I think all of us, there is a body that you want to see, right? So the body composition is important. So strength training and some form of exercise is going to be important for us to get the goals that we need. But again, this is a tool. So it's important to know that the GLP-1 is going to help you, but it's not going to do all the work for you. And so you have to put in the effort, even if you have low appetite days. Making sure you drink your water, you eat your protein is going to be important. But again, it's a learning lesson. Like, there are going to be phases of this where things are just moving, the way that you need to. There are going to be phases where you may see fluctuations, but again, it's important just to understand where that's coming from. Don't rush to do anything hasty as far as like, I need to increase my dose, or I need to eat less. Like, don't think of it that way. Think of it as like, what are you doing all the simple things every single day to get the results that you're looking for? And if the answer is no, then we have some changes to make. And that's one of the things that I have to realize. And so I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible, not putting too much on myself. Give yourself grace through this process. I'm trying to find that grace every single day, as a busy mom, as a busy working mom. And I know we all have our things that are happening in life. So be patient. And but yeah, it's been tough this week. It's been crazy, and seeing that scale go up by a few pounds was not what I wanted. But at the end of the day, there's just some other things that I need to do to maintain the success along the way. So if you guys like any of what I've mentioned today, go ahead and hit a like. Feel free to subscribe and be a part of the tribe. Again, I'm just a girly out here on a weight loss journey, trying to live her best life and just become mentally healthy and strong. And hopefully I can inspire some other people to get started on their journey as well. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, and we'll be back soon. Bye.